Howdy folks, Max Mogren here, oilfreefun.com with a MOG vlog. This is a microphone driving. Hopefully I'll get better audio than my last video. I'm digging these driving ones, multitasking, killing two birds with one stone, so to speak. Today's topic is the difference between terrorism and state-sponsored terrorism. You know, the U.S. mainstream media, the U.S. political leaders, ever since 9/11, which was a false flag inside job attack, they've thrown out the word terrorism to describe all sorts of things, and it's shocking what they will classify as terrorism now in the post 9/11 world. But you'll never hear the mainstream media or the political class accusing the U.S. military of terrorism, despite the fact that we've been invading countries around the world illegally for more than a decade, and that we drop bombs on people with drones, computer-guided missiles from drones, killing innocent people. In addition to the quote-unquote bad guys who are really just local leaders that oppose the United States and its agenda, we send special forces, private mercenaries in to assassinate people, and in my opinion, that is terrorism. What's more terrifying than knowing that somebody could blow you up with a missile from a drone, or they could send in some mercenary team to whack your ass, or they could just spy on you, read all your emails, listen to all of your phone conversations, and use any information they glean against you, whether it be through the legal system, through the tax system, through economic warfare, weather warfare, any number of dastardly and terrifying tactics. Now, the other day, I actually met one of the state-sponsored terrorists, and we had a pretty good conversation. This guy was a special forces guy for over a decade, and then he spent the last decade as a private contractor, military contractor. I actually met this guy at a bar here in Wyoming, and I'm not going to disclose anything about him beyond the fact that, beyond a shadow of a doubt, he proved to me that he was what he said he was. And it was interesting that he shared as much information with me as he did. Now, I would be a little nervous, I suppose, if I had been sitting at a bar and a guy like that came up to me and just started up a conversation. But he was sitting at a bar, and I came up to him and started a conversation. So, I know that it wasn't like an intentional, let's go suss out that Mogren guy because he's talking shit on the system, So anyway, this guy, I don't know why he was so open, but he told me a lot. He confirmed a lot that I already knew, and he told me some information that I wasn't aware of, which really served to round out my perspective on the role the United States is playing all over the world, the role our military forces are playing all over the world, and frankly, it is impossible for anybody with a functioning brain cell to say that's not terrorism. And again, this guy, we got along. I don't have any beef with this guy in particular. I got the impression from chatting with him that he just does the work. He got into it like many people do because he was fascinated by the special forces and he wanted to see if he could complete the training. They glorify the media. Go watch the movie Navy SEALs or check out any of the modern advertisements for the military. They glorify this. All these first-person shooter video games, Call of Duty, they're glorifying, small groups, black ops, going in, assassinating people, infiltrating, organizations. I'm not going to call them terrorists because I don't know what these organizations are doing, but they call them terrorists. The government, the mainstream media calls them terrorists. I think that more often than not, it's probably just local people that are tired of getting bullied around by the bully countries, the U.S., NATO, the global banking elites, and their stormtroopers. Well, what did this guy say that was fascinating? First off, he confirmed the fact that lots of innocent civilians are being killed. He straight up said that he would go into, if he had to blow up a building, if he had a mission to blow up a building, and he was going to kill 7 people, but he knew 2 of them were bad guys, according to U.S. intelligence, that he was okay with that. So, collateral damage. This guy's willing to kill 5 to get 2 that have been labeled terrorists by U.S. Okay, he also confirmed for me that the U.S. definition of terrorist is very loosely defined, just as it is with the terms enemy combatant and war zone. You know, I'm pretty sure that they've declared the entire world a war zone, and any civilian can be called an enemy combatant. It's like the U.S. policy in Vietnam. If if they're Vietnamese and they're dead, they're Viet Cong. So that's disturbing. They don't brag about the body counts anymore. Perhaps it's because they're too high and disgusting, and people don't want to think about it. But another thing this guy confirmed for me is that he wasn't doing it for the money. You know, this guy straight up said he'd been doing this for the better part of 2 decades, and he didn't really care how much money he'd made at it. He was making a lot of money at it, from what it sounded like. Getting several $1,000s a day on a lot of missions, which is more than doctors are paid, and a hell of a lot more than independent journalists like myself are paid. And, I can see the allure of money for something like that, but this guy wasn't doing it for the money. He already had enough money to live comfortably. He was just doing it kind of for the kicks, I guess. And my advice to anybody who's in special forces, I'm no soldier. I don't want to fight anybody. But my advice to anybody in special forces is, if you want kicks, move to the mountains and become a ski bum. Move to the ocean and become a surf bum. Buy a sailboat and sail around the world, If you want to have an adventure and you want to test your limits and you want to put yourself in death-defying experiences, there are a hell of a lot funner and more exciting and more free activities than, sitting on a plane, flying halfway around the world, being jet-lagged, getting briefed, taking a lot of orders, sneaking up on somebody, shooting them in the back of the head, and then, if all goes according to plan, getting out of there without any significant firefight. I can see how it's thrilling to, have access to all these powerful weapons, and I can see how it's exciting to go in and kill people. I can see, bloodlust is a very real thing. If things go wrong and the situation gets dicey, I'm sure that's quite thrilling. But taking orders sucks, and I don't know about you, but I would feel guilty as hell if I was shooting people in the back of the head and blowing people up, And also, it would sure suck to just get cracked, It would suck to get sniped yourself. Well, there's a whole class of people, call them the extreme sports enthusiasts. That's what I am. I've spent the last decade running around in the mountains, surfing, sailing. And I'm not rich. I work for my money, I'll spend 30, 40 hours a week working and the rest of them playing. And it's a hell of a lot of fun. Going out and skiing perfect powder in the mountains in the middle of nowhere with nobody for 10 miles in any direction, and exploring new terrain, looking for exciting new lines to ski is fun. Hunting, hunting is fun. Surfing is fun. Mountaineering, rock climbing are both fun. Mixed martial arts fighting. There are so many activities where you can get your rocks off and get your kicks and get a hell of an adrenaline rush that don't involve killing people or getting killed yourself. And like I said, yeah, you might die big wave surfing, you might die mountaineering, but it's not like you're going to get cracked in the head from 2 miles away in a foreign country where nobody gives a shit about you, and your body's going to be mutilated, and maybe your ashes will come home someday. You know, I got no beef with these special forces guys. I can understand the allure of the excitement of the military. I can understand the allure of making money, making a lot of money in a short period of time, doing mercenary work of different types. And I can understand the allure of having access to a lot of fancy gear. But I don't understand taking orders from a criminal banking elite, a corrupt political class, and I wouldn't be alright with killing people in the name of fighting terrorism, when in fact what I would be doing, what the Special Forces guys are doing, is in fact terrorism, pure and simple. It's ruling people through fear. Okay? The biggest terrorists in the world are the economic elites, because they have the global economy. They're like suicide bombers for the global economy. They can wreck a country just using computers and money, right? It's important to remember that money is just paper. Money is a made-up thing. So anybody who's a mercenary or an assassin for money, you're getting punked by these soft-handed, limp-dicked, paper-pushing billionaire assholes who have these delusions of grandeur of taking over the planet and controlling everything. Okay? We're not fighting for... Excuse me. We're not really fighting for oil because we don't really need oil. The technology exists to generate electricity through much, much, much cleaner, more efficient, and more affordable systems. Okay? We're fighting because these people, this elite class, this banking class, wants control of the world. You know, look at the back of a dollar bill. You make money, you kill for money. Look at the back of a dollar bill. Novus Ordo Seclorum. You got the big pyramid. There's the floating eye at the top. Okay? New World Order, Novus Ordo Seclorum. New secular order, I should say. Secular is secular, meaning not religious. They want a secular order based around the love of money. Okay? People, cash rules everything around me. Everybody's working for a buck. You know? These guys who are killing for the thrills, they probably wouldn't do it if they weren't getting paid as well. So money is ruling all of us, and money is a made-up thing. Believe it or not, the dollar bill, that floating eye above the pyramid, you know, when they put that on the dollar, it was in the last century. And it was after, long after, these new energy technologies had been proven by guys like Nikola Tesla. And, you know, the technology, anti-gravity technology exists. Cold fusion technology exists. You know why that eyeball is hovering above the pyramid? Because they have got that technology. And they're holding it back from the rest of us. Why? Well, why do we use drones? Why do we use the best weapon systems in the world? It's superiority through technological advancement. You know, if you got more technology than your enemy and you know how to use it, you got him by the short and curlies, or you can kill his ass and he won't even know what hit him. So, long story short, you know, I respect the abilities of these special forces guys. I respect their bravery to do what they do, but I don't respect their methods, and I don't respect the fact that most of them are doing it just for a paycheck, for kicks, and without really looking at the overall impact of their actions on the global order. You know, global peace and prosperity should be our objective. Might not be attainable, but it's better to shoot for that than to shoot for kill shots on political leaders halfway around the world who just want the right to rule their country democratically. You know, yeah, everybody's got their skeletons in the closet. Everybody's got every society, every country, every nation has got its flaws. And, you know, we should start with the man in the mirror, so to speak. So, to any of you Special Forces guys that want to, you know, rejoin the human race, hit me up. You can come to the mountains, come to the ocean, we'll go skiing, we'll go climbing, we'll go surfing, do a lot of talking. I'm sure there are some things you can teach me and my friends. And, you know, we're all in this together, we're all Americans. And I would prefer if none of us were domestic terrorists. You know, I'm a journalist, not a terrorist. And you don't have to be doing somebody else's dirty work either. There are plenty of other lifestyles out there that involve getting your kicks, making money, and making a difference. So, hit me up if you want some help. Y'all take care. Peace.
Off my shoes, tripped acid in the rain. Wore my jacket as a cape and my umbrella as a cane. The richest man rocks the snatchless necklace. Spineless bitches in backless dresses. Wore my feelings on my sleeveless. My weed seedless, my trees leafless. I miss my diagonal grilled cheeses. And back when Mike Jackson was still Jesus. Before I believed in not believing in. Yeah, I inhale, who believed in me not breathing in. Cigarette stained smile, all covered in sin. My big homie died young, just turned older than him. I seen it happen, I seen it happen, I see it always. He still be screaming, I see his demons in empty hallways. I tripped to make the fall shorter. Fall quarter was just a tall order. And I'm hungry, I'm just not that thirsty. As of late, all my verses seem not so versy. And all my words just mean controversy. Took the team up off my back like that's not your jersey. Stressing, pulling my hair out, hoping I don't get picked. All this medicine in me, hoping I don't get sick. Making all of this money, hoping I don't get rich. Cause niggas still getting bodied for phones. Sometimes the truth don't rhyme. Sometimes the lies get millions of views. Funerals for little girls, is that appealing to you? From your cubicle, desktop, what a beautiful view. I think love is beautiful too. Building forts from broken dams, what a Hoover could do for future hoopers dead from Ruger, shooting through the empty alley. Could've threw him an alley-oop, helping them do good in school. Damn, that acid burn when it clean, yeah. I still miss being a senior and performing at all those open mic events. Eyes closed, seeing arenas. And I still get jealous of Vic, and Vic still jealous of me. But if you touch my brother, all that anti-violent shit goes out the window along with you and the rest of your team. Smoking cigarettes to look cooler. I only stop by to look through ya. And I'm only getting greedier. And I'm still Mr. U Media. And I still can't find talent. And I'm still choosing classmates that wouldn't fuck. Mom still thinks I should go back to school. And Justin still think I'm good enough. And Mama Jan still don't take her meds. And I still be asking God to show his face. And I still be asking God to show his face. I am a